So you didn't start that business this week. In fact, you didn't even open your laptop. Instead, you scrolled Instagram until your eyeballs dried out and now you feel like rubbish. But let's get this right straight away. You're not lazy. You're exhausted. You're overwhelmed, you've been juggling 12 mental tabs, 7 responsibilities, 3 unfinished side projects, and if you're like me, you've probably got a kid or a dog who will randomly decide to carry on like a pork chop at like 4 a.m. in the morning. You're constantly being thrown curveballs. But lazy? Nah, mate. Lazy is choosing not to do something when you actually have the energy, the time, and resources to do it. Most of us, we're just running on fumes and half-finished coffees, and we're not even sure if we started those coffees today or like 2 days ago. You're not lying on the couch doing nothing because you're lazy. You're lying there because your brain is fried. So your body is done. And every time you think about doing the thing, your nervous system throws up like the buffering symbol. You've been adulting, you've been working, you've been thinking about all the things you need to do. And let's be real, sometimes thinking about a task is more draining than actually doing the task. Like, I've had days where I've spent more energy feeling guilty about not doing the thing than it would have taken to just do the thing. And here's the kicker, right? Guilt doesn't actually make you productive. It just makes you feel shit. So if you've been calling yourself lazy lately, I want you to pause for a second and ask yourself the following. Am I actually lazy, or am I just tired, or burnt out, or confused, or scared I'll mess it up? Because all of those are valid, and none of them mean you're broken or lazy. Okay, so let's talk about the absolute chaos of modern motivation. Somehow we ended up in a world where you're made to feel guilty if you're not constantly grinding, building a brand, training for a marathon, and meal prepping quinoa in bloody matching containers. And don't get me wrong, self-improvement is great. I'm definitely here for it. And that's basically what this channel is all about. But when self-improvement turns into, why aren't you a millionaire with a 6-pack and a 5-step morning routine that you've completed by 6 a.m, then we've got a problem. So hustle culture has sort of just become peer pressure in activewear. It's this weird vibe where rest is seen as weakness, and if you're not pushing 110% at all times, you're falling behind. But like, said who exactly? Like, who set that timeline? Jeff Bezos? Elon Musk? Because let me tell you, he seems to do most of his hustling in the bedroom. The man's got like 15 kids or something ridiculous now. Don't even get me started on productivity YouTube. You've got 22-year-olds with ring lights saying things like, just wake up at 4:30 a.m, drink matcha, meditate, journal, cold plunge, and then build a 7-figure business before breakfast. And I'm like, mate, I'm just trying not to cry in my Weetabix every morning. And the worst part, when you're tired and struggling, this stuff doesn't actually inspire you. It just makes you feel worse, like you're failing at something that looks so easy for everyone else. But here's the truth. Nobody's posting the full picture. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. You're seeing their polished version, not the full story. And all of this noise, it just sort of messes with your head. It tells you that you're not, like, if you're not doing everything, then you're not good enough. Like, if you're not doing everything, then you're basically not doing anything. But that's a lie, because rest is productive, right? Doing one small thing instead of 10 is still a win. And saying no can be a powerful thing. Not everything has to be a hustle all the time. You're allowed to take some time off, take a break, take a bloody nap, mate. So if you're not lazy and society is just out here gaslighting us all into burnout, what's actually going on when you feel stuck? All right. Let's break it down, because chances are it's not just one thing. It might be like a cocktail of chaos, shaken, not stirred. So number one, overwhelm. You've got too many ideas, too many tabs open, too many things shouting for attention. It's like trying to juggle whilst you've got someone in your ear, like asking you to do a load of stuff. And you're like, nah, mate, I can't. My brain's running like Windows 95 and you've just opened Photoshop on me. Number two, decision fatigue. Every single day you make hundreds of tiny choices, what to wear, what to eat, whether that email really needs a reply, or can you ghost it till next week? And when it comes time to make a big decision, like start the business, send the pitch, post the thing, apply for like position or whatever, your brain's like, nah, we're done, we'll try again, never. Number three, fear of messing up. Let's be honest, sometimes it's easier to do nothing than to do it badly. So you wait until you've got the perfect plan, the perfect time, the perfect mood, and surprise, that never arrives. So the project stays in draft. But here's a truth bomb, right? I say it all the time, the first version is meant to be crap. And if it's not, you waited too long. Number four, mental exhaustion. It's not just physical tiredness, it's the kind of fog where you reread the same sentence 4 times and still don't know what it says. You've got nothing left in the tank, and then you wonder why you can't make magic happen. Spoiler, you're not a machine. You're a human, and humans need recovery time. Number five, lack of clarity. So sometimes you don't move forward because you don't actually know where you're going, Like you think you should want to build a business, or you think you should want to climb the corporate ladder, but is that actually your dream? Or is it just what you've been told that success looks like? And if you've been nodding along to all of this, first of all, hi, same. Second of all, there's nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, unmotivated, or lazy. You're just running on a system that's overloaded, undersupported, and constantly comparing itself to people who film day in the life vlogs with perfect lighting and suspiciously clean desks. Take the pressure off. If this video is helping you feel a bit better, hit the like button and subscribe to make sure you see more videos like this. All right, so what to do instead? So we've established you're not lazy, you're just dealing with a brain that's running low on RAM and motivation. So now what? Well, here's the good news. You don't need a full-on transformation. You don't need to wake up tomorrow and suddenly become a productivity god who meal preps quinoa in glass containers. Is it bad? I still don't really know what quinoa is. To be honest, until recently, I was calling it quinoa. I have no clue. I think it's like rice, but I don't know. Anyway, you just need to take one tiny step. So let me introduce you to a concept called 1-inch moves. Now, that's it. 1 inch, not a mile, not a complete rebrand, just something so small that your brain can't talk you out of it. So here are a few examples. So instead of write a business plan, just open a Google Doc and write the first sentence. Instead of organize the whole office, just clear your desk. Instead of organize a ton of financial reports for your business, just start by syncing your bank accounts to some accounting software. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't signed up for Xero yet, they are still offering 90% off for the first 6 months. It's the best bookkeeping software for small businesses, in my opinion. There's a link to get 90% off in the description of this video. It's an affiliate link, but I've been using Xero for over 10 years, and it's the one I always recommend to friends and family. So small actions create momentum, and momentum is everything. But here's the secret sauce. You've got to stop punishing yourself for not being a machine. You need rest that's actually restful, not the kind where you're lying down but feeling guilty the whole time. And if you're going to rest, like bloody commit to it, own it. Lie down like it's your job, man. Like be the CEO of napping, the founder of Not Today Tasks Party Limited. And let's talk about how to talk to yourself, because some of you, myself included, talk to yourself like a toxic middle manager. Like I've had some proper knobhead managers in my life, and I reckon on a bad day, I'm more toxic than any of them. So would you ever say to a friend, wow, you didn't do anything today. Oh, it must be nice to be useless. No, you wouldn't. So stop saying it to yourself. Start speaking to yourself the way you'd speak to a mate who's struggling. You'd say, oh, you're doing your best. You've had a lot on. You'll get there. Say that to yourself. And remember, you don't have to do it all. You just have to do something and then do something again and then do something again. That's how it works. So if no one's told you this lately, let me be the one to say you're doing okay. Seriously, you're still here. You're still trying. You're watching this video instead of doom scrolling or spiraling into a 3-hour Reddit thread about why your life's falling apart or why life's so rubbish. And that's a win, mate. So if all you do after this video is one thing, one tiny thing, even if it's decide to go outside and touch grass or drink some water like a functioning adult, that's a step. That's enough. The world moves fast, but you don't have to. You're not behind. You're just on your timeline, and it's okay if that includes detours, naps, breaks, or moments where you stare at the ceiling and question everything. Yeah, same. So if this video made you feel even 1% lighter or gave you permission to stop being so hard on yourself, I'm glad, because that's why I made it. To be honest, I've not had the best week, and again, that's okay. But next week, I'll be back with something that will actually teach you something practical. But in the meantime, be kind to yourself, take the 1-inch step. And if you're feeling brave, comment below and tell what that step's gonna be. I'd love to cheer you on. Thanks again for hanging out with me. You're not lazy, you're just human.